How to push your wheelchair in the snow? That is one of the questions that I get asked quite a lot, and my short answer is I don't know. Here in England it doesn't snow that much. If it does, it's just a few inches and then it's gone by the afternoon. But last week we had a little dusting of the white stuff, and I thought I'll go out, I'll explore, I'll see what I can come up with and let you guys know. Also, I put a post out over on Instagram and some of you guys left loads of valuable tips. So I'm going to share them with you now, and hopefully it will give you some better idea into how to push your wheelchair in the snow. So the first thing is to always wrap up warm. I know it sounds really basic, but even if you're just going out for a short amount of time, make sure you have lots and lots of layers on. I get super painful after I have been in the cold. We were only out for about 20 minutes and I was like stiff as a board and I could hardly get out of my wheelchair and I was wrapped up. So yeah, always wrap up warm. You can get little hand warmers if someone's pushing you in your wheelchair, and you can get little feet warmers as well that are sort of like electric battery operated ones, and I highly recommend those. I've used those in the past. And you can get those from skiing shops, so definitely check those out. The second thing that I highly recommend is a good pair of gloves. You cannot go wrong in investing in a good pair of moon gloves. I call these, they're like we've landed on the moon gloves. Make sure that they are 100% waterproof, not water resistant, waterproof, because when you're pushing in the snow the water comes up and it soaks into gloves, and believe me, you do not want to have wet, cold hands. They become really painful as well and it becomes really difficult to push. These are from a brand called Head, and I got these in Costco. And they're thermal as well, and they're super fleecy inside, and they are great for pushing my wheelchair, and there's like some really good grip in there as well. The thing you may also have seen is that I have recently been sent some gripods. These are like a gripping silicone coating that go over your push rims. Okay, so as you can see it has snowed, so we thought we would come up to the park to give the gripods a go in the snow, and I have got to say they're working really well. There's nice grip to them so I'm not slipping, and they're feeling quite stable and giving me a lot more control as well in the snow. It's almost like when you hold on to the tyres of the wheelchair, it gives you that much more stability and power when you are pushing. And when I was in the snow, I found them to be really helpful. I will be making a whole review video on the gripods, so look out for that. But for pushing in the snow, they have been absolutely fantastic. I highly recommend them. So this is really basic, but make sure you're really strong, because pushing in snow is a little bit like pushing in sand. It causes a lot of resistance, so yeah, make sure you're as strong as possible, and again the gripods really help. Another thing that could be really useful is a freewheel, as you can see here. That lifts up the front casters, putting you into a more of a wheelie position, and the freewheel is more of adapted to terrain tyre as well, so it helps you to move through uneven terrain and also the snow. I have not personally tried it, but it looks like a good idea, and if I was in a more snowy country I may think about investing in one of those. Another thing that you could invest in or look into, which was recommended over on Instagram, was some all-terrain tyres. Again, if you're in the snow a lot, you may want to look into all-terrain tyres. And pushing in the wheelie position, make sure you keep practicing your wheelies, because it really helps build your confidence in using a wheelchair. I do have a video all about how to do a wheelie, so go and check that out if you haven't already. I love just practicing my wheelies and getting really confident just on the back wheels, and if you can push in that wheelie position it makes it so much easier on uneven terrain and also snow. Something else that one of you kind of mentioned over on Instagram was the rock salt. The councils over here, they put down rock salt to melt the snow, which is good, but it does have nasty chemicals in it. So make sure that when you have finished in the rock salted areas, that you wash your hands afterwards. You don't want to be touching your face or your eyes or your nose or mouth or anything like that when you have possibly that rock salt on you, because it could cause a reaction. So make sure that you wash your hands after you've been in those environments. I always wash my hands when I come home anyway, because my hands just feel so gross and disgusting after being out in my wheelchair. Do you? So that is it for this video. It's very short, it's very sweet, but I really hope that it has given you some valuable tips. If it has, please let me know which is your tip that you're going to use when you go out. And of course, if you have any good suggestions for pushing in the snow, make sure to drop them down below. Always give this video a thumbs up, because it really helps me understand which videos you like the most. And if you did like this video, you may want to check out how to push a manual wheelchair and pop wheelies. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.